All right, so this is fielding a question, kind of paraphrasing a question from Tamika regarding waiving of late fees. So we don't waive late fees. So very rarely do we waive late fees. And I'm going to be very careful. I understand that tenants will contact landlords. I mean, tenants will always contact landlords, and in our case, a property management company, constantly asking to waive late fees. It's something we see every single month. And sometimes you do feel bad for the tenant, you empathize with the tenant, but that doesn't really mean that you should waive late fees. For one thing, the main reason why our property management company doesn't waive late fees is liability. So it often comes down to being discriminatory. So you might have the very best of intentions. Somebody might reach out to you and say, give you a valid reason or what feels to you like a valid reason. And you might feel, okay, well, I feel bad for this person. I'm empathetic. I want to waive the late fees for them. The problem is when you're empathetic, you're identifying with the person. And you identify with people that are like you. And from a fair housing perspective, that's a violation. And it really doesn't take two times that you've waived a fee, and then a second time where you chose not to waive a fee, where an attorney or a law enforcement agency, a governmental agency like Fair Housing, can very quickly take those two times, the one time you actually waived it and the other time you chose not to. And they're basically going to look at both of these and they're going to look at the ethnicity of both of these people. It doesn't matter. They're going to look at their religions. They're going to look at everything. And there's no way these two individuals are identical. Person A could be Jewish and black and gay, and person B could be all the opposites, could be Baptist and you name it. If all they'll do is find one difference and they're going to say, okay, well, you seem to favor gay, black, Jewish people because you waive that person, and you seem to, be prejudiced against the other, whatever that person would be. So it's a huge liability risk. So if you are going to waive late fees, you must have a policy. It must be standardized. It must be uniform and across the board. It should be written down. It absolutely should be written down, and you must practice it religiously without deviation. Because otherwise, when you do get audited, and you very well might get audited, you might very well be in a courtroom defending this. Again, these agencies are not about what's right and what's wrong. In my opinion, they're often about winning. So once they look at you, they've decided they're going to bring charges against you. And when they look at you, if they don't see any reason to bring charges against you, they're going to look at you again. And they're going to look at you again. And they're going to try to figure out, well, how can we bring charges against this person? So again, it's not about what's right and what's wrong. It's about, it's about liability. So as a policy, we don't waive late fees for anybody, very rarely, unless it's our fault in some way. Our property management company made a mistake in some way, which would be incredibly rare. Again, it's a question of liability. But also, our owners deserve the late fee. So imagine that you pay your car payment late. You pay your mortgage late. You pay your taxes late. You pay your credit card bills late. You're not going to get any, empathetic response on the other side, and you probably don't pay these bills late. You probably just know not to. And a tenant's going to pay their rent late, and you kind of empathize and you think, okay, well, life is hard. It's like, well, it's kind of hard for like a lot of people. And you and I might make it more of a priority to pay our bills than somebody else. And I'm not attacking tenants in this respect. It's not that tenants are somehow often late payers or bad decision makers. No, people are often bad decision makers or late payment payers. And if you allow it, they'll just kind of become consistent with it. It'll become chronic. So we don't waive late fees, and I probably recommend you don't. And if you do, this is important. Put it in writing. State it as a policy and stick religiously to that. Don't deviate. Otherwise, you can get yourself into a whole lot of problems. All right. So I'm just a humble Philadelphia property management company owner doing my very best to answer your real estate, rental property investing questions. And as always, happy rental property investing.